A very good morning to all of you. For those I've not had the pleasure to meet yet, I'm Rehana Schwinninger-Ladak, the head of the unit which is responsible for the eArchiving initiative. And I'm very pleased to, through this message, to wish you happy birthday for the 10 years of eArchiving, of which I have been responsible for the last 6 years with, if you remember, Alina, Manuela, Adelina, Fulgen, Arpad, and Janet, and from all of you from the consortium. And I will take this opportunity at the beginning of this event to share with you some points of reflection on the overall policy framework under which you have been operating and the policy areas, because it is important to join the dots and for you to understand how your work fits and contributes and has contributed to the wider policy context. So the core strategy of the directorate we belong to is data and all the policies around the wider access and sharing of data. We have the European data strategy in place for the past 3 years. The overarching aim is to make the EU a leader in a data-driven society and economy. It's about creating a single market for data to flow freely within the EU and across sectors for the benefit of citizens, of public administrations, and of businesses. In our strategy, we also have regulations like the Data Governance Act and the Data Act. And we have, to support that, we have the development of common European data spaces in strategic sectors that will help with the digital transformation in the specific domains. And the ultimate goal is to link all the sectorial data spaces. Now, speaking about sectors, my unit is in charge of 4 data spaces: cultural heritage, tourism, media, and skills, advanced digital skills, where data sharing and data reuse for various purposes are at the heart of the matter. And if I zoom in on one sector that I think you are well acquainted with, the data space for cultural heritage, it is in a more advanced stage than the 3 others. And to accompany the growth and the development of the data space for cultural heritage, our policy framework is the recommendation on a common European data space, which is our guiding action for the past 2 years and for the coming years. And there are 3 elements that I would like to point out. One is that the recommendation encourages member states to pursue, to accelerate their efforts of digitization by exploiting the advances of technologies such as 3D, AI, and linked data. And I'm particularly looking forward to the content types of specification for 3D. This will help with the long-term preservation of 3D models, including those from the Twinit campaign that was presented 2 weeks ago very successfully in Brussels. Secondly, the recommendation puts an emphasis on the holistic approach in this endeavor. It is not just about digitization, but it starts with an overall reflection of what we want to digitize right up to the long-term digital preservation and sustainability of the cultural assets. Third, the recommendation encourages member states to have a comprehensive digital strategy that takes into account all the different dimensions, such as the purpose of the digitization, the target user groups, the highest quality, which is affordable, and how member states plan to preserve and sustain the digitized assets in the long run. This is why I'm really happy that this dimension is well captured in the eArchiving initiative and with the work you are doing. Another key aspect I would like to raise here is the importance of digital skills. It is one of the key elements, one of the key dimensions of the digital decade vision of the communication. Last year was the European Year of Skills, which has just finished. So throughout this year, we have been highlighting how upskilling and acquiring new skills is a challenge affecting all professions. we have massive gaps in some professions, and we know that upskilling does not happen overnight. So it is crucial that we develop ways of supporting it in a structured manner. This is why I'm happy that the curriculum part is quite important in the work you are doing it, and I would like this to be further developed. The last point I would like to make is the operating framework. The work you are going to do now is on the Digital Euro program. The focus and raison d'être, as we say in French, is the deployment of digital solutions and capabilities. This is why it is going to be essential that your direction of work is to foster the deployment of e-archiving solutions in the widest manner possible and to sustain, continue, accelerate this endeavor. It will be indispensable to get more and more organizations from different domains on board that will make use of e-archiving, and in turn that can become multipliers of the initiative. And I think this is an important way forward. Thank you for attention, and I wish you to enjoy the event, and I wish you many more fruitful and effective years. Thank you.